Hello, audience and newcomers. Welcome to the Silent Hill Ascension What If show. And I am Noah, joined here by our wonderful, the master of puppets. We're joined here by Jacob. Jacob, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
I'm really excited to be the latest judging auntie.
Yay!
I can't wait to judge everybody in the audience. I am absolutely Layla's permanent replacement here.
Yes, so please enjoy the judginess. I think secretly Jacob has been wanting not to be the CEO, just be the judgy CEO. But okay,
if you ask any of our staff, they will tell you I'm the judgiest auntie of all of us.
I heard this rumor. Anyway, production, can you please throw the round of show? Okay, thank you. You're reading my mind. Okay, so we're gonna watch together the premiere of bonus scenes every Monday at 5:40 p.m. Pacific time on this What If run. And we'll start over in Norway. Then we're gonna move over to Pennsylvania. By the way, not sure where it's cold there. I don't know, maybe equally cold. One place is definitely darker parts of the year and also lighter. I don't know. Production, can you please show now the content tree? Yes, thank you so much. So what if is similar to what most of you might remember as DVD extras? You're going to unlock bonus scenes. We made a lot of extra content and you deserve to see it. We all do. We worked hard.
I paid for it. They might as well see it. So
exactly.
Here you go.
We're really taking your money and running. And yeah, so the choices for the week will be made available for the full week. Once these close, playlists of the winning extra scenes will be made available. The trunk of the content tree represents the sum of the decisions for the canon run of Silent Hill Ascension. So during What If, we are visiting branches as we go, as we work our way up the trunk. I don't know why y'all gotta like, you're just asking for it. I don't know, with the trunks and all that. Well, I do want to mention that, as you remember, and thanks to you, audience, we did win 2 Webby Awards. Woo! And Stefan came to collect them.
He is at the award show right now. Otherwise, I would have forced him to come here into the studio. But yeah, they're picking up the award as we speak.
Yay! And what a fine award it is. I'm so happy. I can't wait to display. I don't really get one, but theoretically, I would love to display it.
Do you think it looks like a spring or a slinky?
I thought it was is it a microphone? Is that what it's supposed to be?
Like either a spring or a slinky to me. Like I want to let it go downstairs by itself.
It's true. It might. The thing is that I don't really see anything. Like I always see kind of blurred things. So I'm used to like thinking it's the most like appropriate. I'll be like, it's I'm used to making sense out of
yes,
blurred
we know
fingers.
You often have the most appropriate comments and
exactly.
That's absolutely true.
I try to keep it appropriate. I am doing this work pro bono. Just kidding. I warned everybody in advance that I'm going to be saying this. Okay. Let's throw to our first feature. We will look at the key scenes that will air for Norway. So we will be looking at The Vial, which is where the scandalo really began in the canon run.
I don't have a fan, so I'm using Pyramid Head's sword.
Right, so you're using fandom instead of a fan.
Yeah, I'm using fandom. It's very dangerous, actually.
Okay, perfect. So we have... careful. We're not liable, okay? I'm not liable for any of this. Okay, so The Vial is where Astrid returns to the farm to find her aunt Mette posing up to her father, Carl. No longer a sad old wet man, eh? And then we have control of the substance. Although the family has reunited, tensions only grow between Carl, Mette, and Astrid. So we are going to see really the beginning of the scandal and, the amazing shade between an aunt and her niece, right? That's really the point of these scenes. Well, I think we will look now at the decisions that we made for Norway. So, production, can you please put up the decisions? Thank you so much. And I'm going to try, does it say rude words? Because it's very... I'm trying to read what's appropriate. Okay, thank you so much. So, decision number 1 here is, where will Carl have Mette sleep? That's where the chaos began last time, because last time in the canon run, y'all went with Eddie's farmhouse. Now, what if the choice that won is at the ice hotel? Then the second decision. So she's basically getting a bucket of ice to cool her feverish mind. She has no business in the home this time. She's going to cool off on the ice. Second decision here is, how will Astrid deal with Mette's morphine? Now we know Mette Kevorkian, we remember what she was intending on doing with this, but in the canon run, you chose that Astrid will tell Carl, which was the redemption option. Now in the what if, y'all chose Bully. Meta into telling Carl which is the suffering option. So again, no more.
And the far more entertaining option.
Yeah, it's a scandal for sure. I feel like it's more scandal right now.
What these two decisions really get across is two kind of key things. One, that a lot of the way in which the canon story went was driven by people's desires for characters' end goals at the end of the day, which is to say they always headed toward redemption, and now we're going to see some of the more interesting paths. But two, a lot of the core way in which we did these decisions was to make you ask yourself, what kind of character do I want these people to become? Should Astrid be a nice person? Should she be a bully? Where do we want them to sit on those spectrums? That doesn't necessarily mean that we'll get the outcome that we want to change differently from it, but it means that who this person is and what kind of character they become changes drastically based off of the words they use and the way in which they interact with other people. So I think that these two scenes are very good examples of how those paths can change over time.
Right, exactly. So no more passive kind of like, no more Astrid victim. It's more like Astrid is now victimizing.
Yes.
Which is quite exciting. And we wanted to see that, like I know I wanted to see this, a completely different side of our girl. I see Leonardo S5 is saying, it's nice that we can all be here. Production is the coolest too. Agreed. Woohoo. Thank you, Sohil. Thank you, Chris. Thanks, everybody, and Felipe. Love you guys. Thank you. Even though you bully me sometimes and you like to shame me in public, but that's okay. That's part of the fun. Okay, so speaking of production, it's time to premiere the Norway scene. So let's go there and we'll be right back here afterwards.
Papa,
Hello, Astrid.
Mette.
I was just leaving. Carl and I decided things were too hectic around here. But I'll be close by at the hotel.
You like sleeping on ice?
It's better this way.
Oh, well, it's a shame you can't stay here, Aunt Mette. But let me help you with your bags.
Oh, that's not necessary. I can take that.
So this is morphine.
I am a nurse.
This is highly regulated. Why would you carry this with you?
You know what it's like to work in a hospital. Did you know one day I somehow came home with a used scalpel?
Mama had traces of morphine in her system when she died.
Yes, because Carl had been administering it. She died because of her illness.
I think Papa should know about this.
But why? It will just make him upset.
Aunt Mette?
Astrid, I don't care for your tone of voice right now.
Astrid? Is that you?
In here. Astrid's just helping me with my bags.
Astrid?
Mama, I'm bored in the car.
Is it all right if I give the boy a sweet?
I prefer he eat fruit.
There are blueberries in the kitchen, Eleven. But stay away from the sandkaker. Astrid and I are working through some disagreements.
Papa is trying. I give him credit.
How was the ice hotel? Not too cold, I hope.
It's fine.
I'm sure Leo's being a wonderful host.
Just drink a bit of warm vodka before bed. It'll ward off the chills.
Thank you for the tip.
Perhaps we can all sit down for a big family dinner tonight. It's a shame Britt isn't here.
That sounds lovely, but...
But
Mette and I need a moment alone first.
We do?
Just give us a few minutes, Papa.
I'll be in the kitchen.
Have you told him yet?
About what?
The morphine. What else would I be talking about?
Astrid, Let me explain.
You're going to tell him you brought a controlled substance into this house, the drug that killed my mother, or there will be hell to pay.
You know, I don't think I've ever noticed how much you look like your mother. Her spitting image.
And like Mama, you don't want to make me angry. So just tell him.
You two done in there? I need help in the kitchen.
Be right there, Papa.
Lord. Lordy Lord.
I like this Astrid so much more. I kept saying and I kept complaining that people were picking the redemption options. It's the least interesting option. This Astrid is so much more intense and kick-ass. Look, if you caught your aunt with the medicine that kind of killed your mother, and it looks like there's some sort of weird love triangle conspiracy going on there where she's been giving the thing that you've been suspicious about that she shouldn't have access to her sister. It's all sorts of screwy here. Of course you're going to be angry. Like, this Astrid acts like I would expect a person to act. Right?
She's being a real ass.
Yes, she's being a real Astrid.
Just kidding. I think it's justifiable. And okay, so I can't, because like, you know, there was so much shade being thrown. There was so much sassiness. It's really hard to like track it, like from the moment. Well, first of all, we have Orson going, you know, we're getting rid of the child. Okay, this is adult time. Give him fruit, by the way, not candy. Which I also agree with. You know, our girl Astrid really is coming to her own now. And then we have basically a really sassy encounter. She's like, Astrid is like to Meta. She's like, oh, that's too bad that you're not staying here. Let me help you with your bags. So sassy. And then for some reason, I thought Carl was being a bit catty there too, because it was like, just drink warm vodka. I never even tried warm vodka. Is it a thing?
I have no clue. I hope not. But I like, this is a much more interesting and realistic family dynamic, in my opinion. And imagine if this was the Astrid that we had known all along throughout the show. We probably would have thought differently about her. And if you think about this from the perspective of, like, if these were actors giving takes in a film, and you had one actor giving a take that she gave just now in this suffering choice versus the redemption's choice, like, they would be, you know, impersonating a completely different character than the one that they had in their head, right? And so if you think about the things that our actors, our voice actors, had to go through, where they were giving 3 different renditions of different scenes and how hard that is to do, and then they also don't know which one of these characters is going to become the character that audiences see. It's very different than the way in which traditional television goes up until now. So it's been one of the amazing things about this series that has never been done before, where you, the audience, is choosing who those characters become over time. So I really enjoyed this because, again, from my perspective, this is how that family should have reacted in the first place to the situations that came up.
Right. I feel the same way. And I also, you know, it's kind of like we made our actors live in everywhere, everything all at once situation. They had to live in 3 different timelines of the characters. Correct. And put themselves in, I guess, I was going to say 3 different shoes, but I guess it's 6 different shoes or 3 different pairs of shoes. Unless, you know, maybe, I don't know, like some people missing an eye, some people missing a leg, all good. We love everybody. And so let's throw to Pennsylvania. And we will look at the key scenes that will air for Pennsylvania. So we will see Walk Away, which is where Toby, in our infamous laundromat, tries to convince Eric to leave the Foundation. And then are going to see Join Us, which is the iconic scene with our drug dealer, with Toby's drug dealer, a very clean-cut man who is a fan of blood. So with the help from his dealer, Rachel finds Toby and attempts to recruit him into the Foundation, the very same one that his sister lost her life in. So, Jacob, these ones are, you know, I cannot forget this dealer, like, even if I want to, you know?
Infamously, you can't forgive it?
Yeah,
I can't forget it. Yeah.
I can't forget it. No, it's like, because you know what? I'm going to throw something out there. He kind of looks like my father.
Ah.
Do with it what you...
Yeah. It's like your father offering, you know, asking for blood and trying to deal drugs.
Well, my father, you know, he taught me to just go straight for the neck and get it myself. I'm not waiting for handouts, you know. I'm not asking for blood. I'm just going and taking it.
Yeah, the challenge with any of the scenes which were user avatar scenes is that the avatar models are never at the same level of voice acting quality or animation quality as the main characters. And so we always have trouble, you know, with those scenes when it comes to production, because they will never reach the level of care that we put into an Astrid or another Take. But we still have to have the scene, like we need, right, extras in the shows, and so it's the reason we casted you, the audience, to be part of it. It is important for this scene to happen, right? We need to have Toby be confronted in this way because he needs to see how pernicious that cult is across the entirety of his town. And so it is an important scene, even if it is sometimes difficult to watch because it looks like your father.
Right. Sometimes, but you know, everything in a way looks like my father to me. Drew says...
Complex much?
Yeah. Well, you're like a real man of science for figuring that one out. Drew here is saying Jam Man looked amazing. I was going to say Jam Man, but it sounds like I'm trying to speak patois, I think. So I don't like...
We love Jam Man.
Jam Man. Yeah, we love him. So now let's look at the decisions we made for Pennsylvania. Thank you. So first is, how will Toby try to get Eric to leave the Foundation? Canon win was tell him Rachel is using him, which is the redemption option. Now on the what if, we chose warn him about the monsters, which is the suffering option. Listen, this is coming to be a what if we all suffered season.
The suffering ones are great, but you know what's funny is it's written as warn him about the monsters, but the way that the scene is going to play out, it's really try to intimidate him with the monsters. It's using those monsters as boogeymen, as to, you know, do not fear this, do not look at the man behind the curtain kind of thing from the Wizard of Oz. He's really trying to pretend and make these monsters super scary and make it look like the Foundation controls him, which is why the scene is pretty entertaining, but you guys will see it in a moment.
Yeah, so we're gonna get to it in a moment. Sorry, I have like almost a sneeze. Okay. Sorry.
Achoo.
Okay,
and I did it for you.
Thank you so much. You got me. This is why I love working for you, Jacob. So thank you so much. The second decision is, how will Rachel convince Toby to join the Foundation? So we're trying to convince one to leave and one to join. Canon Run was apologize for her faults, which was, surprise, surprise, redemption. And in the what if, it is threaten domination, which is the domination option. Yeah, so we're gonna see a completely different outcome here. I'm sure everybody is going to enjoy it. Production, without further ado, let's throw to it and come back afterwards and unpack it all.
Look, I got something I need to say. We've been friends a long time. We've seen some shit. Some of it we caused. But there's some crazy shit going down at the Foundation. There were things I saw there. Things they brought here that are gonna kill everyone we know.
I don't know what happened that night, but I trust my wife, so I trust the Foundation.
You're fucking hopeless, man. You all deserve each other.
Well, I really hope you change your mind about all this.
Come on. Just a drop.
My blood does offer protection, but it also imbues me with incredible power. And if you don't bring me to Toby right now, I'll make you regret it.
No, god damn it, no! Lost in the fucking fog for hours, and now this! I got nothing else to say to you, Rachel!
Toby, wait! Don't listen to her. She's a witch.
Don't I fucking know it?
Toby, wait!
For what? Huh? What am I waiting on? My sister's dead. This town hates me. What could you possibly have that's worth me waiting for?
I think you should join us.
The cult that murdered my sister wants me to join them.
Did you honestly believe you could escape us? The Foundation? Businesses? Police? We control everything. And those visions you're having, the monsters, we can make them worse. The only way out is in. Join us.
On behalf of me and my dead sister, fuck you.
Toby, wait!
Hello.
I need that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
On behalf of me and my dead sister, fuck you. We'll ask Konami to print that.
Fuck you, that's why. Well, that's
such a better Toby.
It is. I love this Toby. Like, I wasn't really a fan of like Uber me Toby. You know, I'm kind of more of a fan of a fuck you, that's why Toby. But I love Rachel is such a badass. Let's play in the background the join us scene. Thank you, with the dealer. So first of all, the dealer is like, just a little drop, please. Like, you know, who's the dealer now? Like, I feel like Rachel, there's a shift of power, and Rachel is providing the you know, the fix. And also, Jacob, do you know why blood?
I don't.
Okay, because I don't really know, but just I'm recommending to the audience not to do this because it's dangerous, and I don't know, you can get all kinds of illnesses. Then we have...
No, definitely don't do that, but I love how, like, the moment that Rachel sees Toby, that guy becomes basically, she's like, get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and threaten the hell out of him. The whole blood thing was a scam. We're done. We're good. Now I'm going to go and threaten Toby.
I love she did something that I would do. She was like, my blood is very powerful, so I don't know if you want it.
I'm a witch. Ooh, fear me.
Yeah. Oh my God, so scary. But I love everybody's really giving their full sassiest selves. And I love also, like you said before, this scene is important because Rachel is basically saying that they control everything.
Yeah,
and
she's totally lying. She's bullshitting Toby to get him to, you know, because she knows she obviously can't control the monsters or Joy would still be alive, right? So she's making stuff up that she doesn't understand for the purpose of intimidation, which is why this is such a much more interesting scene. She's suddenly multi-dimensional, which she's a lot less of when you guys keep picking the redemption option. I'm not angry or bitter about that whatsoever, clearly.
No, I love the redemption one because I feel like I don't know that people would have been attached to Toby as much if he was such a sassy little kitten in the beginning. But I really enjoyed the canon run. I enjoy all of it, really, because how many times in life do you get to go back and see what would have happened if you did something else? You know I lie awake in my coffin at night, or actually during the day, and think of all the things I should have, could have, would have said. You know, I'm like, I should have told them to stick it up their butt.
You don't. And, you know, what was fun during the season was the few times I let that clip run, like the alternate, Morgie scene that we ran
Right.
that time. But what I didn't let run were the alternate endings for Rachel, for example, and the alternate ways that things go for her are actually way, way more interesting. But you see the through thread here, right? Like, it's that sassy Rachel, it's that, lying, cheating, domineering Rachel that's going to lead toward that ending. It's not the Rachel that we got. And it does feel like we're watching a different dimensions Rachel as we see these scenes happen.
Yeah, I love it. This is really like, Layla would say she has a charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent in this one. Layla, shout out. Congrats on your new path, by the way. She's in a nice farm up north and no harm came to her. Love you, Layla. So we are nearing the end of tonight's What If show. So let's recap. We had everybody giving us charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. We had a lot of sass, a lot of ass, not so much class. I don't know. Ass, I mean in Astrid, because this is my new thing right now. I love saying Astrid. But yeah, so we had Astrid not taking no shit from her aunt. She's basically bullying her and she's saying like, I'm like my mother. So you say I remind you of my mother? I'm going to remind you of my mother if you don't back off, go sit on your ice and calm down. So we saw that happening. We also saw Pennsylvania. We saw Toby trying to get Eric to leave, while Eric's wife, Rachel, is trying to get Toby to join with our beloved drug dealer who reminds me of my father. So now, production, can you please put on the scene the next one? Thank you so much. You are really, Sohail, you're amazing. You're like a mind reader. All the what if scenes will be available in our episode section. And the puzzles are available for influence points. And I love me some puzzles. I have a lot of I need to calm these nerves down. I'm stressed out, okay? And the puzzles calm me down. So the What If show takes place every Monday, 5:40 p.m. Pacific time. So please join us again next week. I'm going to be here for sure. Maybe I'm going to be able to bully Jacob into joining.
No, hopefully Eduardo feels better.
Yeah, Eduardo, sending you lots of love. I hope you recover. Really, you're an amazing captain, and I hope I didn't take our ship too much astray without your loving guidance. But anyway, this is about time. So, Jacob, any parting words?
Hey, I'm excited for what you guys pick for next week. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope to be back in the viewers' side of things that time.
Yeah, and thank you so much for covering for Eduardo while he takes his much, much needed and deserved rest. So thank you so much. Thank you, audience. I love you all, really, for reals. And I will keep judging you with Eduardo, Jacob, whoever you throw my way. I will be here at Judgy Auntie for you, by the people, for the people. So
I'm very proud to have been a temporary Judgy Auntie.
You did amazing, Jacob. Thank you so much. You killed it.
I was very judgy.
You were
Super
amazing.
Judgy.
Well, it's more of it's the essence, it's the vibe.
I've been judging our audience from the very beginning, so,
You're the original Judgy Auntie. We're just walking in we're on the shoulders of giants here.
Judging and complaining about the redemption arc for the 5th time tonight. Here we go.
It's okay, we need it's a good cop, bad cop. It's okay. I'm not sure who's the good cop and the bad cop in this situation, but there are definitely Judgy Aunties. Anyway, thank you so much, audience. I'll see you next week on Monday. Meanwhile, I hope you have a wonderful week. And make sure you make the right decisions, because in life there is no what if season.